Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is RabsPapa, and as you have seen in the video title of this, I'm going to present to you, just for a little bit of fun, I'm going to present to you my script and how I would start the sequel to Venom. I know it's a bit weird, but you know, after I seen the film, particularly the end credit scene, I started thinking, you know, how would I make this better? Now, if there's anybody watching this that hasn't seen Venom yet, there's going to be spoilers. If you really don't want to know anything, then I suggest you click away now. But recently, I've became I was going to say a bit of a filmmaker, but I've became a filmmaker. I'm a screenwriter and director. I've got a couple of projects that I'm writing just now that no one knows about, and I'm also directing a short film called Jamie's Wall. I'll keep you guys up to date with that, so you know what's going on, and you guys can eventually see it when it becomes available. But what you're here for right now is the sequel to Venom. Now, when I watched the mid-credit scene in Venom, and we discovered that Carnage was going to be in the next one, I started thinking to myself exactly how the next film should start, as well as, you know, what should be in it. Personally, I think the sort of overall story should be a sort of conflict between Eddie and Venom. You know, the honeymoon period's over, you know, and they start falling out and perhaps split and go their separate ways. But that's neither here nor there. We're here to discuss how I think the film should start. So, but before we go any further, I'd like to take the time just to thank the new subscribers. It doesn't seem like much, but I've got like 4 subscribers since the Venom review went up. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I've been sitting stagnant on around 50 subscribers for weeks and weeks and weeks. So it's like a breath of fresh air. So I hope you guys enjoy the content. Like I say, I'm moving away from sort of video games now, because films are my sort of passion just now. You know, I'm more than just a review channel. I quite like to create films, as you'll see here. So let's take a look at the script. What I'll do is I'll run through the entire script right now, and then I'll give you a brief overview of my thinking behind all of the writing. If you guys want to go back and read it once the video's finished without me mumbling through it, it's on my Twitter page, so if you go down there, you can like me on Twitter, go into my media, and it's there for you to read. But let's crack on with the script. So, opening scene. Internal prison corridor day. 2 men walk through a well-lit corridor. The corridor itself is grey and bleak. One of the men is a middle-aged prison guard dressed all in black, carrying a gun, handcuffs and a radio on his belt. The other is an older greying doctor. The doctor is carrying a clipboard and pen, dressed in brown trousers and a white lab coat. They approach a large room containing a singular box cell. The box is Cletus Cassidy inside. So I'm just going to run through it as I'm going to dissect it as we go through it. Here, what we have is like your basic script writing, storytelling. The first beat is the area, and we see 2 men. So your first question is, who's the 2 men? One's a prison guard, one's a doctor. This is visibly apparent because the prison guard is dressed like a prison guard, carrying a gun, handcuffs and a radio, and the doctor has a lab coat on, so it's easy to establish who these guys are. They approach a large room containing a singular box cell. The box cell has Cletus Cassidy inside, very similar to that of the mid-credit scene in Venom. Doctor. So how it should say there to the prison guard, you need to sort of explain who he's talking to. So, how is Mr. Cassidy, prison guard? He's been in isolation for several months now, Doctor. He doesn't appear to be a threat anymore. No violence towards the guards? Anything, verbal or otherwise, from the Doctor? Prison guard. No, I don't see any reason why I see no reason why we shouldn't put him back in Gen Pop. Now, there is your next question. Why was he removed from general population? Why is he in his own isolation cell? The thing with script writing is, it's quite important to have your reader asking as many questions as possible, because if they have questions, they want answers, and if they want answers, then they will continue to read on. So it's a wee trick for any you up and coming script writers. Doctor, that's what they want you to think, but if you give them an inch, they take a mile. Internal. Prison isolation day. Now, they're just going into the next room, but if it is another room, it's important for a new scene header. Essentially, whenever your characters go into a different room, it's a new scene. The prison guard and doctor enter the room. They stop several feet away from the box. They both stare at Cletus inside, who's wearing a grey prison jumpsuit. Cletus looks at both men slowly. A smile appears as his eyes widen. Cletus, to what do I owe this pleasure? The doctor. You've been approved for release. Cletus slowly stands up and his smile widens. Doctor. From here, back to general population. Cletus begins to approach the glass side of the box, as does the doctor and the prison guard. The prison guard places his hand on his gun. No reason for this other than you know there's a reason why Cletus is in that box, and it's to build tension. That's the only reason why he grabs his gun. Cletus, well, that's good news, Doc. Really good news. But Mr. Cassidy, you're going to have to be a really good boy and stay out of trouble. I don't want to see you back here. Don't worry, Doc. You're never going to see me again. Now, Cletus's last line there, don't worry, Doc, you're never going to see me again, is a subtle threat. But it's a threat that only the viewer picks up. The characters don't. Think back to Suicide Squad and when Deadshot has the sort of altercation with the guard and then he eventually tells him that he's going to kill him, but he never does because it's a horribly written film. But that's basically it. It's a subtle threat that you pick up on, but the characters don't. By now they've all reached the glass wall. Cletus becomes agitated. Overly excited. His smile has broadened extremely. The prison guard smacks the wall with his hand. Cletus recoils back, angered. Now, I've made a mistake here. When you're writing a script, you never, ever, ever, ever tell the reader what the characters are feeling. You have to show it either through dialogue or through action. So I made a mistake there. Prison guard. Cool it, dipshit. Again, just a little spike in tension. You know, Cletus is cool, calm, but the prison guard feels the need to put him in his place. Cletus' smile fades as he stares at the prison guard before turning away from the two. He's no longer interested in what they have to say, or he's not going to converse with them anymore. Doctor, to the prison guard, bring in the escort. Internal prison isolation moments later. Two more guards dressed identical to that of the prison guard entered with a vertical trolley. If you think back to Arkham Asylum, the trolley that the Joker gets wheeled through Arkham Asylum in, that's what that is. I didn't know the real name for it, but, you know, that seems okay. They place it at the box door. Cletus is removed from the box at gunpoint and is placed on the trolley. The two guards secure Cletus to it with straps to his head, chest, arms and legs. He's going nowhere. But you know he's going somewhere. Cletus is then wheeled to the door where the prison guard and the doctor are waiting. Doctor, to Cletus. How do you feel? Cletus Cassidy. I'm hungry. Well, we all know who says that. Prison guard. Well, the food isn't much better over there. Cletus rolls his eyes to the guard. I wouldn't be so sure. Again, this is a nod to the viewer. They know what's coming, but the question is, how does he get out? So you want to continue reading. It's all very simple. Internal prison corridor day. Cletus is wheeled along the corridor by the two escort guards. The prison guard and the doctor walk in front. They approach a gate operated by another guard. They all stop. The prison guard approaches the gate operator and says, escorting Cletus Cassidy back to Gen Pop. The operator nods and opens the gate. Excuse me. Cletus starts sweating, fidgeting, breathing heavily. Now, when you read that, I want you to think, if you've seen the Venom film, think of Eddie Brock when he first gets back to his apartment, and he's taking the pills and he's eating all that food. It's that sort of thing. The prison guard looks at Cletus. Now, not long now, Cletus, just sit tight. Internal prison corridor 2 day. This is through the door that the operator just opened. The three guards and the doctor continue to wheel Cletus down the white, brightly lit hallway. Cletus begins to shake mildly. Again, the prison guard looks at Cletus. Prison guard. Doc, it should say to the doctor. The doctor looks at Cletus. Cletus, is everything alright? Cletus, I'm hungry. Again, reiterating the point. The group approach another gate. The prison guard looks through the gate at a lunch hall full of prisoners, full of other human beings. And he sniggers. Well, lucky for him, it appears to be lunchtime. The prison guard uses a key card to open the gate. Prison guard to the doctor, and this little parasite can go eat with the other parasites. Cletus looks at the prison guard with a furrowed brow. Parasite? Cletus transforms into Carnage and bursts the trolley restraints. The escort guards rush to the front of the trolley. Carnage stabs symbiote mass into the heads of the escort guards and lifts them as he grabs the prison guard and doctor by the throat and stares at them in close proximity. Carnage releases the 2 stabbed guards who drop to the floor. Carnage. Lunchtime indeed. Carnage bites the heads off the prison guard and the doctor before throwing their corpses down onto the prisoners before letting out a roar. External prison day. We see the prison as the alarm goes off along with screaming, gunshots and roars from Carnage. And then we fade to the title sequence of Venom 2. So what we did is we see the shaking, so we know that, you know, we obviously know who Cletus is, we know why he's shaking, and then he reiterates the fact that he's hungry, and then in the very next shot, the prison guard looks through the gate and it's full of things that symbiotes like to eat, and he then opens the gate, and then it's buffet time. And then it's self-explanatory from there on. Carnage breaks free and he just chows down on everything. So, but we don't know how much he chows down, but we get the idea that, you know, he's going to escape, and that leads us into Act 1. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It was fun to write. I think it's very, very fun to write this sort of stuff. Like I say, it's not going to come to much unless you guys sort of tweet it to Sony or whatever. Nah, I'm only joking. But yeah, so I appreciate criticism. So if it's rubbish, then feel free to tell me it's rubbish. But I'd quite like your thoughts on why it's rubbish and what you would change. If you've got no opinion on what I would or what you would change here, I'd quite like your ideas on how the Venom movie should either be or should start. Not with like a 5-page script in my comments. I mean, I read all the comments, but I couldn't read all that. Just like a tagline or a brief synopsis of how you would do it. But yeah, this has been fun to do. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed Venom 2. I did like it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys want to follow me on social media, you can do. All the links are below. If you want to support the Patreon, then you can do. We have no Patreons yet, but when we do get Patreons, then these types of videos will be going on Patreon the day before the YouTube. And like I say, all Patreon donations go towards making films. That's all it goes to. It'll get saved up, and then it will go towards making films, and then you guys will be credited in those videos for funding it, which I think is only right. And I don't know, I might do something like, you know, I might email or I might make DVDs with, I don't know, director's cuts, or I don't know, interviews with the actors or something like that. I'll think of something, but we need the patrons anyway. But yeah, thank you guys for your time today. It's much appreciated. You can look forward to the next video, which will be coming in a day or two. In fact, there's a couple of videos coming in the next day or two. But yeah, thank you again for your time today. It's greatly appreciated. I've been RabsPapa, and you've been absolutely tremendous for watching. Until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.